All right, here we are in the last round, and we've got to keep. We're on the draw here, so 1 black mana, and we'll be pretty well set up. And right on time it shows up. Thanks for that. We get to play our Scorpion into our Satyr, into our Disciple. So we've got a lot of action here. Yes, I think an attack is appropriate here. The only thing that punishes us is a Minotaur Skull Cleaver on his end, and even then I think we can live with that risk. Oh, he stymied our hopes. Ugh. It feels so wrong. It's actually not going to be that huge of a deal if we can draw ourselves another black mana, but it's not happy times. Spellheart Chimera. All right, so this is going, he's going pretty deep here. Trade offered. Yes. Would you like to? You would not. All right, Fleshmad Steed it is, and we'll say go from here. He's going to get in there for 1 damage. Take it. Or is he? Yeah, just 1. And a Wave Crash Triton. All right, I'm going to attack with both here. He'll probably block the Steed, but there's a chance he doesn't. He does block the Steed. Let's get a look at that hand. We get to see almost all of it here. A little awkward because if we make him discard a sorcery or instant, it's going to grow his Spellheart Chimera a little bit. But this is a pretty easy one. I think we just get rid of... actually, maybe this isn't easy. Stone Shock Giant is not... Boulder Fall we don't care about. That's embarrassing. But the Coastline Chimera actually does some work against us, interestingly. He's only got 1 card in hand. He's missed a land drop, so we know that it's not that. We're going to Sip of Hemlock something this game. What is it going to be? I thought it might be this Chimera, but I think it's going to be this Giant. He kind of needs to leave something back on D, so yeah, I'm just going to take his best card even if he can't cast it currently. You know, if he draws a land, he gets to play the other Chimera, but I think we can just interact with that favorably once we start getting these things going. All right, he's got another one, so let's send in the old Scorpion doing work on the attacks here. Certainly would trade it off for any of these. And I'm going to play 1 here as well. But I kind of feel like the Emissary is really going to be best as a bestow creature here. It's a little awkward, though, because if I don't draw a land next turn, I do nothing for a few turns, potentially. If I do draw a land, I wouldn't mind sipping at some point here. But, all right, I think I'm just going to take my beats, because right now, none of these things can get through. So if I can get a Nylea's Emissary down on, let's say, a Sedge Scorpion or something along those lines, I can really do some work with it. For Death Touch Trample is nothing to be fussed around with, especially against this particular board, because if he blocks here, then my guy doesn't die. I mean, he just doesn't really have any great way to deal with it unless he can just indefinitely target that Wave Crash Triton. And believe it or not, we are still doing some pressure to him with these Sedge Scorpions here. The problem comes in if he starts drawing a bunch of instants and sorceries to start blasting through and getting these things up to like 3/3s. That's where it gets iffy. All right, so we did draw the land. And since we did let him keep this, I kind of forgot about that. We really do have to decide between the two. I still think I'm going to put it on the Scorpion, though. Let's get that on there. Kind of sucks if he does find a way to target this thing, but it can still attack freely here. Awkwardly, none of his guys, his flyers, die to our... oh, that's nice. That's actually one of the biggest worries I had was that he targets that thing, grows his guys and then gets this thing going. So that's pretty sweet. Fnatic does something to us here. So only going to attack us with that, huh? What do we draw? An agent? So I can Sip of Hemlock the Fnatic of Mogus here to try to keep the pressure going. We know one of the cards in his hand is Boulder Fall. Yeah, I think I'm just going to do it. This is going to knock him to 10, and then we get to attack with this thing. Say go again. All right, he's hit a land. So now, well, he didn't do anything. See, I was kind of worried about Rage of Perforos, but he didn't play it first, so I think that that's not as big of an issue. He does decide to attack with both Chimera this time. Let's see what his 5-drop is. Mnemonic Wall for Stymied Hopes? Well, no, what did he get? But he said no. Oh, he wanted to leave it in because it blanks those guys. What a non-bow that is. That's pretty funny. All right, so let's attack with Ye Old Team. And then I'm just going to play both of these guys out and hope it works out for us. I mean, there's definitely some cards that we'd like to draw and we haven't, but there's some we've played some pretty decent stuff. Anything with Bestow, I would love here. He's going to get to blank one attack from he's going to basically hold off our Flesh Mad Steed with his Mnemonic Wall here. Remember, Trample plus Death Touch is really potent. It doesn't care about stuff like this, so that's pretty nice. We don't really have a way to activate that, which is a little bit annoying. Yeah, block, that makes sense. Take 4. 2. And play this guy and say go. So we know he still has Boulder Fall in hand. He's miles away from being able to cast that card. It's not a bad draw for him. I wish we could activate this, obviously, but we cannot. 2. Yeah, all right. So I still actually have attacks, though, with this thing. Yeah, I still have attacks with this. I wonder if I attacks with everything, actually. If I attack with everything, he blocks here. But he has to put... Oh, yeah, I think I can just swing with everything here. Because we know the last card in his hand. So he doesn't have any tricks, and he has to put 3 things in front of the Scorpion to not die to it. So, yeah, we just shipped the team here. Normally, you'd think he'd have a lot of great blocks where he could eat my steed, put Agent of Horizons, a couple of guys in front of that, not lose anything. But he actually doesn't have that luxury here at all because of, again, Death Touch plus Trample. Such a powerful combination. This is really what makes Theros awesome too, is coming up with card combinations using Bestow and creatures that already have an ability. Makes it really cool. Death Touch plus First Strike is awesome too. All right, so send in the squad here. And he is attempting to block that, but that's not going to work out for him. So he's going to need to do 1, 2, 3. Oh, he must just not know. Yeah, all right. So he apparently was not aware of that. How do we best play against this strategy? I feel like we want to just sort of get aggressive on him here. Maybe just play our biggest, most powerful things against him. Get some combat tricks going, maybe. I think that might be the way to go. Maybe something like this. I think the disciples are much worse against him. Phoenix. I don't think his deck is very good, and plus we don't necessarily want to feed the chimeras that he's got either. So let's do this. I kept that hand just because going down to is he gonna stymie me again? I didn't even think about it. Oh God. Oh, so awful. There's just no reason whatsoever for me to run into stymied hopes other than just I'm not used to people playing it. That is just embarrassing. But he got us. I mean, we're going to get the creature back with our Pharika's Mender eventually, but goodness sakes, how embarrassing. He clearly had it, and I just ran right into it. Yeah, I think I'm still just going to run out the old Staunch-Hearted Warrior here, though. If he wants to fire off his Crackling Triton, that's okay. I can buy it back with Pharika's Mender, and if he decides not to, then I can have Boon of Erebos. Oh, he's got Magma Jet, sure. Oh, man. I let you down, buddy. My bad. Bow is sweet, but let's just get some beef on the table first. And I'm just going to get the Staunch-Hearted Warrior back here because I can bait him into some pretty nasty stuff. I can play it, and I can leave Boon of Erebos up so that if he goes to Crackling Triton, I just kind of get him. But for now, I think I'll trade Boon of Erebos. Maybe not. Let's get Staunch. Yeah, I think I'd rather just have a big Staunch-Hearted Warrior here. Ooh, Bident. Okay, this is going to get interesting now. He looks like he wants to race because he's got his Bident, and we might just give him a race here. I think we're okay. Yeah, I think I can... Oh, there we go. But I think I'm going to wait a turn to play that. Attack, attack, attack. I'm hoping he thinks I'm just panicked because of his Bident of Thassa. So I want to... What do I need to grow here? Because he's going to get to draw 3 cards, but I want to make sure that he's taking maximum damage here. I feel like making the Mender bigger than this thing is probably good. And then, yeah, I'm actually just going to fire off this Boon of Erebos, too. What I'm trying to do here is make it so that he feels like he should attack because of Bident of Thassa, which he should. But I am going to play into it by just saying, sure, draw as many cards as you want, but I'm just going to try to tempo them out, basically. Because the way to beat Bident of Thassa is to get yourself in a position where you have attacks and where, like, he doesn't want to attack you. Because if the game goes long and they have a Bident, you can't really win. I can't just sit here and let him draw 2 cards a turn off of Coastline Chimera and just start developing his board. He'll kill me very, very quickly. This way, I get to play Boon of Erebos on this thing. He takes 11, 12 damage, something like that. And then next turn, I have all the mana I need to untap Sip of Hemlock, whatever he's decided to leave back as a blocker, and try to finish him off here. It's like he's deciding if he wants to respond. I mean, thanks to his stymied hopes, I think he could have about anything here. Could have the -3, -0 until end of turn. Wouldn't really do much here, but might have it. Okay, you take 12 or whatever. Yeah, 12 damage. He's got to come up with something pretty sweet here. How greedy do you want to be? Well, somewhat greedy. Yeah, that Bident of Thassa is a game changer for sure. Very difficult card to deal with. Take 3. You draw an extra couple of cards. You've got 6 mana at your disposal. So, as could be ugly for us. I mean, he's got to come up with something. All of our guys can attack into this Wave Crash Triton, so we don't care about it too much. Hopefully it's not Sea God's Revenge. I mean, ideally he taps out for something like a Sealock monster. We Sip of Hemlock in. He plays nothing? All right, well, let's go for it. Maybe he just has like a grip tide or something. Okay, Voyages end this guy. He's going to Voyages end this guy. Alright, well, I guess that does mean he's not dying this very turn, but he's close. Do you have a grip tide as well? If he has a grip tide as well, the game is approaching over. He just sacked his Crackling Triton to kill our Scorpion to bring himself down to 2 here, which is fair game. He does attack here, though. He's got a full grip of cards, so this is a big turning point hand, really, or moment. If he has a way to get rid of this thing or whatever, then he's going to win this game. Stone Shock Giant. Keepsake Organ. Well, I can force a trade here, so that's a good start. And still have a lethal threat. So let's do that. So I can play Farika's Mender here. Get back Sedge Scorpion, play it. That seems kind of sweet, actually. I can also just get back Leaf Crown Dryad, which can theoretically block this thing. Though my gut tells me that he's not going to have enough, so I think I'm just going to go for it here. Again, play into his stupid stymied hopes, but I want to get more guys on the board because both of these are lethal now, thanks to the Bow of Nylea, and it might even prevent him from making an attack here, depending on what he's got. Although now I see that he's reached the magical 8. So we're probably just going to get Boulder Fall right out of this game. If he attacks, he's got Boulder Fall, and we're just sort of dead. Lightning Strike Arphorika's Mender, awkward. And play a Chimera that's a 4. Alright, so we're still alive here. So let's attack. He's going to trade this for... Gosh, I guess for his Spellheart Chimera. Yeah, that doesn't trade. Okay, that's pretty sweet. And then I can either play the Gorgon or the Satyr. I guess I just still play the Gorgon here. He would have stymied last turn if he had anything, so he can't have it now. And we have 2 more lethal threats. Another one coming, and then this one's going to kill the Spellheart Chimera, so now he's going to attack. Wow, this is going to be... If he has Boulder Fall here, we're still dead because he can just kill us. And here it is, 4, 6, 7, 8. He must have just drawn it. Unbelievable. Yeah, it sucks. All right, so it goes. Fade into Antiquity seems like a card we're interested in, though. It is a little sketchy to bring it in. I actually don't know if we need it. What else did he have? Anything that we could hit? I don't think he did. I don't want to bring it in for just the one target, and it's not even a great one. I mean, the thing is awesome, the Bident, but it can also be kind of bad. All right, we'll keep this. I like the Staunch Hearted Warrior, though. He did work. I like the position that we put ourselves in there. He needed to have a spell like that to actually kill us. If not, we were in a really good spot. All right. Blast in there with this guy. Everybody's playing slow today. When the guy doing the videos is ahead of you on clock, you know you're playing slow. All right, he's back. Yeah, I'll probably win that game if I don't run into stymied hopes. I'm assuming. I can't really rewind all of it. Maybe not, but good Lord. I will not do that this game unless I must. All right, he's gone again. Ugh. Oh, no, you don't. Not doing it. Refuse. Outright refusal. Don't know what he's thinking about. Maybe he's just got dissolve. I'd be fine with that. Our hand's actually quite sweet in this situation too, because next turn if we don't draw a land, we can play Emissary and still play around Stymied Hopes if he leaves it up. If he doesn't, we just slam Keepsake Gorgon. If he doesn't and we draw a land, then we can slam Nylea's Emissary on our Sedge Scorpion again and just start hitting him with it. And we've just got a ton of options, even though apparently our opponent's just going to do nothing indefinitely. Probably double queuing, which is... That's very annoying. You know, when you get this type of clock discrepancy. Oh, he's just going to bolt our guy. Okay. Yeah, you got it. Fair enough. Bottom, top. Attack you with this thing. Play one of these guys. Go ahead. Gonna grip something? Steam augury. How does this work again? I choose one of the piles. All right, so he's gonna put these into piles, and I have to choose which one he gets to keep. These cards stink. I mean, Skullcleaver's fine and Stoneshock Giant's quite good, but generally speaking, this is just a pile of junkers. Yeah, he gets a Magma Jet back in like a week. I think I still let him have Stoneshock Giant because I'm just going to be able to kill it anyway. So yeah, here you go. Have at it. I've just got a lot of ways to favorably interact with Stoneshock Giant. And he didn't get the Stymied Hopes, but that's pretty good. I mean, he got a few of those things in there as a result. I think I'm just going to kill it. He can bounce, though. Yeah, this is actually a little bit interesting. If he's got, what's it called? Voyage's End. He can bounce my Keepsake Gorgon. He doesn't lose his guy, and I fall way behind on tempo. I think I probably just attack with it first here. The question is, do I want to put Nylea's Emissary on Sedge Scorpion? I think I just do that. I don't really care about this thing that much anyway. So if he wants to bounce this, I don't get blown out. I just play kind of an expensive 3/3 Trampler. And I even get to replay my Sedge Scorpion this turn. I can live with that. This thing just isn't doing much at the moment. Bounce away. Yeah, all right. So mission accomplished. We successfully played around that. Pretty happy about it. Now, ooh, he's going to attack. All right, I like this. Play the giant here? Yeah, all right, sure. We make a bow of Nylea. All right, well, I think I will still offer the trade because even if he doesn't take the trade, we're happy. If he does take the trade, that's fine too. Play this guy. Go ahead. It's going to be really tough for him to actually get to kill range from where he's at right now. Griptide, that's going to help. All right, well, it looks like I'm going to have to just take a turn off here to play the bow and to play the whip. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7. He's 1 mana away from doing that. Oh, he's got a counterspell. Wow, all right. That's really bad for us. Could have gotten him to 1 here. All right, so what's the plan now? He kills us in the air. So we're just dead. Shoot. We are just dead. I can't even do that. Yeah, all right. Well, looks like he got us here. That sucks. But this was pretty darn good for him there. I mean, he kept our keepsake Oregon off, and we were able to play around it twice, but not enough. All right. So that was kind of a fun one, though. If you guys want to send me any feedback via email, you can do so at limitedresourcespodcast@gmail.com. I can be followed on Twitter. Come say hi, Marshall_LR. If you would like to join the Limited Resources clan, it's very easy. Just send me a message here on Magic Online. Only 2 rules so that you're not a jerk and you love Magic. Marshall_LR for that name as well. Last but not least, for all things LR, you can find it at LRcast.com. Guys, we'll see you next week.